Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Sunday. Welcome back. So next we are going to tackle a little bit of this would be a re-review for me technically. So on my channel, if I have reviewed a candle or wax melt or anything like that in a specific fragrance from a company, I typically, if that product is re-released in subsequent years, even if I purchase it, and burn it, I typically will not do any additional reviews because quite honestly, most times, a lot of the fragrances end up smelling the same, if not extremely similar to the original. So I don't really necessarily see a purpose in re-reviewing, although I guess you could say, especially with this year, it might be worth re-reviewing the candles just to update the performance because obviously the performance this spring has been just a little bit more rough when it comes to Homeworx. There is no denying that. I still have overall been happy with my purchases personally. I'm not happy with the strength and the throw, but the fragrances themselves, as long as I'm burning more than like one candle, in all honesty, I usually have more than one candle lit in the house. And so if one of my candles is lighter than another, usually the second and or third candle can kind of pick up the slack. That is obviously less than ideal though, and it's not what I want for my candles, but I have not been having as many of the severe wick issues that some people have had, and I'm still getting a tolerable medium throw from most of mine. So for me, I'm still purchasing the Homeworx. So I guess for that reason though, it might be kind of helpful to do reviews when I purchase. Let me know what you guys think about that. I feel like there are channels that sort of re-review everything when it's released. There are some that just do it here and there. Let me know what your guys' preference is on that. I've just always thought it was a little bit redundant for myself, but I guess I can see with the burn quality issues that this, might be something worth actually doing. So anyway, I decided to specifically focus on this particular trio because I was so happy to see it back. As you can see, I did have the original basket and I was greeted with the most amazing surprise ever because you guys, I had a refill left in the blueberry one and I thought I had burned all of my refills. I didn't. The blueberry one totally still has a refill in there and it's unlit. I feel like I just won a little bit of like a mini lottery or something because the blueberry one is actually the reason why I wanted to do this re-review is because I think that one smells a little bit different from the original. So it's so nice that I actually have the original to be able to compare. So we will do that. But I thought we could compare the other ones as well. I don't have any of the refill containers left, so I don't have the original notes. I'm going off of memory, so hopefully my memory serves me correctly. My favorite out of the trio when they were first released was probably the blueberry, followed very closely behind by strawberry and peach. I can't really pick between the strawberry and the peach because they're both so delicious. All three of the fragrances so delicious, and I was so happy that Harry decided to bring this one back. I think a lot of us absolutely went crazy when we found out that it was coming back, and the fact that it came back in a trio was really appealing to a lot of people. I was hoping that we were going to get sets of 2 of like each scent because I would have definitely loved stocking up that way, but I guess this is a good way to do it too because I love each of the scents so much, essentially equally, so the trio made sense for me too. I am almost done with, well, I'm at least halfway done with the burns on this first trio here. I did, by the way, order 4 more trios for myself the last time that there was a free shipping. What sucks about this one is that the shipping is $7.50. However, I would say if you want to try these, I think they are going to sell out somewhat soon. So no no complaining when they sell out, because I'm just warning you guys, they are gonna go. A lot of people have really been enjoying this trio. The reviews are that I feel like in general, the wicks have been okay. There have been a few wick issues here and there that I've noticed. And the strength and throw is kind of on par with where we've been this spring, but a lot of people are still buying it because it's so good. All right, let's get into the fragrances. Now, I'm going to start with the two that I think smell the most like the originals. I think the Farmstand Strawberry is the first one that is definitely right on par with what the original candle was. By the way, these ceramics burned, they were okay. The wicks were really thin on these, and so they tended to want to topple over. So you couldn't burn these for like any extended period of time. You kind of had to baby them a little bit, but it's kind of worth it because they were actually quite good in terms of strength and throw. So the strawberry notes on the re-release read farm fresh strawberry, red raspberry, currant, lemon zest, and crystallized sugar. So this one currently has a strength and a throw of about 6. So it's less than I want it to be. I would love for this one to be more of like an 8 or a 9, to be completely honest, but I can definitely smell it. It is noticeable, absolutely noticeable in the room where I'm burning it. The throw, it's about a 6 as well. It definitely travels a little ways away from the candle, the fragrance, but it doesn't fill the entirety of the downstairs of the house. I've actually been burning these together as a trio throughout the downstairs, which by the way is, if you have this, you have to try it at least once. It's the most delicious combination of fruits. It's like the perfect trio to pair together is blueberry, strawberry, and peach. It's so delicious. So if you haven't tried that, definitely give it a whirl. But yeah, the strength and throw is okay. I wish it was more, but I'm not entirely disappointed in it, if that makes sense. I can definitely smell it. I just wish it was stronger. And as far as the fragrance comparison, it compares exactly to what I remember from the original. It's a very sweet strawberry. If you've ever smelled the sugared strawberry from Scentsy, it's like that mixed with a really nice fresh squeezed lemon juice. So the Farmstand Strawberry, I feel like, is slightly more tart. You definitely get that fresh strawberry. You do get a little bit of raspberry as well. What I don't smell too much is the currant. I'm not mad about that because I don't love currant personally. But you know, if it's in here, it's not super noticeable to my nose. The lemon zest and the crystallized sugar for sure. It's a very sweet strawberry fragrance, and I think it's still my very favorite from Harry as far as strawberries go. So strawberry gets a 2 thumbs up from me again. Up next is the Farmstand Peach. Love the peaches on that original. I mean, they're all cute. I can't decide if the blueberries are cuter or if the peaches are cute. They're both just adorable. I'm in love. Okay, so the Farmstand Peach on the new notes read ripened peach, mandarin, peach blossom, and sugared vanilla. Oh, you guys, this one's so pretty. There is that slight peach blossom, like floral type note in this, but this is mostly a fresh, juicy, like roadside stand peach, like fresh smell. It's very, very juicy smelling, very sweet, almost borderline, maybe a little bit tart. Like it really, this one makes my mouth water. When I stick my nose over this particular one, it makes my mouth water. It smells so delicious. I would say it's kind of, so it's got that fresh, like roadside farm stand peach kind of vibe, but it also has that, just that little hint of like the Haribo peach rings as well, which is amazing. I love the peach rings. But yeah, there's that like sugary crystal note in this one as well, which I think is what makes me think of the Haribo peach rings. Those just have that perfect kind of crystallized sugary topping on them, and so delicious. I love this Farmstand peach. It is heavenly. Zero complaints on the new one, other than the strength and throw is also just about a 6. They're very consistent. I will say between the 3 candles in this repackage here, there's definitely consistency in terms of strength and throw. One of them is not lighter than the other 2. They're both, well, all 3 of them, I guess I should say, they're kind of all on par in terms of strength and throw. So that's good. But this peach one is absolutely delicious. Let me show you guys the wicks on this one here, because I recently just trimmed them. I wanted to let you guys know I do trim my wicks on these particular candles. I don't trim them super short. I'm going to show you what I trimmed them to on the peach, and then I left the blueberry untrimmed to show you what they look like after a typical 2.5–3 hour burn. That's about how long I've been burning them. So I just cut these so you can see how long I like to leave these wicks. So not super long, but also not crazy short. You do not want to trim too much from these, but you also don't, and sorry, I'm gonna awkwardly get in front of the camera here. You also don't want to leave them like that. Do you see how they're doing that typical Homeworx thing right now where they're leaning? I don't know why these wicks want to topple over like this. So what I do is I'm gonna trim these, and then I'm going to light them. And then I typically will take like a knife or something, and once the wicks have warmed up and are a little bit more pliable, I stand them straight up again, and then they're usually good to go. So, oh my gosh, this one smells so good. This blueberry is absolutely heavenly. But yeah, so the notes on the blueberry, and then I'll show you my little refill and we'll take a look at the notes down there as well. So your fragrance notes on the new one are blueberry, blackberry, almond sugar, and vanilla. So let's take a look at, just gonna grab this. Oh my gosh, I like do not want to break this. Sorry. All right, so here she is, completely unlit. And it smells. You guys, this has just been sitting in one of my cabinets down here where I store some of my old candles. And it has not been covered in plastic or anything. This still smells absolutely amazing. And this was poured in 2018. It looks like January 14th of 2018. Still kicking. Still kicking. All right, so our fragrance notes here are fresh orchard blueberries, blackberries, cassis, almond sugar, and vanilla bean. Okay, it's the cassis. I've said this a few times now. It's the cassis that is not in the new re-release. And I really think it was a mistake not adding that, because it adds this very unique depth to the fragrance. It almost is, it doesn't make it smell like a super authentic blueberry, but it makes it smell like a really beautiful blueberry scent. Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I have to light this up. This just makes me so happy sticking my nose in this original one. And how cute are the blueberries? So this was like all hand painted, and they just did such a good job. They're absolutely gorgeous. But you guys, it's very close to the original with the exception of that cassis. You really do get the blueberry, and it is, like a lot of people have said, it's more of like a blueberry preserves or like a blueberry jam or maybe like a blueberry pie filling than it is like straight up blueberries, because straight up blueberries to me smell a little bit more tart. This doesn't have a lot of tartness to it, but it's very sweet. And that like almond sugar note that's in here, it's just perfect. The blackberry, by the way, is something that is noticeable, but you really get more of that blueberry first. I feel like the blackberry, again, adds just a little bit more depth to the fragrance overall, like the cassis does. Oh, it's just heavenly. Hold on, I have one of the, let me just put this down before I break it. So I've got another one behind the camera here. Yeah, it's just the Cassis, which is a bummer, but also not like the biggest womp womp. It's very similar. Honestly, it's very, very similar. But, you know, if you're gonna do the repackage, just do like a Rockstar repackage, right? Just exactly as the OG, I would say. But I mean, maybe that Cassis oil wasn't readily available. Anyway, you guys, I give this trio like 45 thumbs up. I know that it is not perfect in terms of the strength and the throw, but to me, it was still worth investing in multiples of this one, even though I try really hard not to do that at this point, because I just love these particular fragrances so much. And I was so excited to see them come back. So for me, absolutely thumbs up. I will link these in the description box down below. I don't think there's any particular sale going on this weekend. I don't think Rakuten is particularly high. But I would say if you are at all interested in the trio and you feel like you're going to be annoyed if it sells out, pick it up while you still can. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know your experience down below in the comments. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.